not humans doing more, is it? It's humans being more. And it's interesting, again, just to compare, when Gary explained that in order to improve our health and our vitality, the focus on exercise and diet does play an important part. But to sleep and to drink more water doesn't actually require much change at all, does it? It just requires us being a little more efficient. But it can bring about some significant change. So we can bring about significant change in our lives in regards to what we want to be by making some small adaptations versus some significant changes. I've got this slide up here because these three little images represent, I think, two things in Nikken. Three different types of business models that Nikken offers. And I want to emphasize the language underneath because I think this is really quite compelling. You've got three different types of businesses: the retail model, the franchise model, and the network marketing model. We've heard this language used recently. I think Dennis Williams used this a number of years ago and referenced the McDonald's model a number of times as well. So this isn't necessarily new. But we've put there on this diagram, it's a little bit like a speedometer. If you're wanting to thrive in your Nikken business, you've got some options. On the left, the retail model will give you a little bit of money in your pocket for your efforts. It's an active business model, meaning it converts money for time. You put time in, you get money back. Yeah, but it is determined based on personal effort primarily. But it also is impacted based on the language. Look at the language that it says here. If I'm focused on selling product, I'm looking for people that hurt. My approach is my products can help you. And my income, like I said, is active. Now, we want to, of course, provide the products to people that hurt. And you can see from Gary's message the huge relevance of our responsibility being informed to do that well. And I think one feeling that I had coming away from that message that I just heard again from Dr. Linda is we all have a degree of responsibility to get better educated. When Gary suggested we go to that website, selfcarehub.com, and check out his blogs, it's kind of an obligation. He was being courteous and saying, please take a look. I would say it would be foolish not to. Yeah, and I think this is an absolutely outstanding resource that we've got. So really, they've got my 100% endorsement of what a great product, what a great tool is that you provided there. The next one is when we start to recognize that if we build teams, and again, because the why isn't simply to be healthy, it's to make sure that with that good health, we can do something meaningful with it. That when we have time on our hands, we can choose to use that for good and leave a legacy. Now, we can start to build a small team, and that means if we're doing that, we're looking for people that will sell the product. Our approach is our products help people, and the income is reproductive. Because we've got a small team now, we've got other people working with us. It's not just reliant exclusively on my own personal efforts. But the best one is the one on the far right, the network marketing model. This is when you combine the self-care message with the product range that Nikken has, which is so holistic, so therapeutic, so wonderful in what it offers for true health and well-being, and you combine that with a network marketing engine, then you've got something there that is truly transformational, haven't you? It can be life-changing on multiple levels. But look at how the language changes. If I'm going to really use the network marketing engine to build my business, I'm looking for entrepreneurs and leaders. My approach is, you want freedom. Freedom from what? It could be a whole lot of stuff. We talk a lot about financial freedom. We talk a lot about time freedom. There could be stress freedom. Stress has gone up and up and up and up of late, hasn't it? With all the demands that are thrown at us, bombarded with the way that modern life expects us to live. But the income then becomes passive. because we then have a team that is working around the clock, which means you can go to bed at night and someone somewhere in your business might be doing something. I got an email this afternoon. One of your customers has just placed an order. Isn't that neat? I haven't spoken to them. I didn't ask them to place an order. They just went out and did it. But isn't that great that we can have a business that works when we aren't? That while I'm here in this room chatting, someone else in the team might be placing an order and building a business, making a difference too. That's incredible, that. So my question is, what is the real Nikken business all about? It's all about helping us become more. It's humans being more. Self-care facilitates the privilege for us to leave a legacy. It gives us the chance to have freedom of time so that we can invest it in ways that make a difference in the world, be it by reaching out to others and changing their lives through our products or through our business or through a host of other ways, maybe through other talents that we have, through art or music or whatever it might be. Wherever our talents may lie, it may be the facilitator of freeing us to do what our heart yearns to do the most. But we need to make sure we grasp a hold of that and seize every privilege available. I want to conclude with a story. And it was a story, I may have shared this with you before, I can't recall. It was an elderly man's lifelong dream to go on a cruise ship and experience a cruise. He'd never done it before. He'd seen the brochures, heard the stories, seen the wonderful locations that these cruise ships go, and he thought that's just his lifelong dream, and he spent year after year saving for this wonderful experience. He couldn't save much. He was not a well-off man, but he saved enough for his ticket, and he boarded his ship, and he brought with him tins of beans and sachets of powdered drinks for him to go on this trip. And he spent most of his time in his cabin. When they landed, he would go out and explore different places, but all of the different benefits on the cruise, of the dances, the entertainment, all of the beautiful restaurants, the meals that were there, he missed out on all of that. He stayed in his cabin and he ate his humble beans and drank his powdered drinks. And on the final night of the cruise ship, of the cruise, one of the members of staff stopped him. And they said, of all the different farewell parties that are on tonight, which one are you going to? And it was in that moment that he realized that all the entertainment, all the food, all of the different shows were all a part of the cost of his ticket. And he just missed out on all of that stuff. Isn't that devastating? Devastating. That was his dream, and he just lived below his privileges. This is a metaphor, of course. This is a little parable, if you will. That are we living below our privileges in Nikken? Does Nikken offer you wonderful privilege as a consultant with access to all of these products, with information at our fingertips, with resources? One of the great resources that we have are the people in this room. The others that know things that we don't. The others that have had experiences that we haven't had, but that we can connect with and get inspired by, learn from, grow from, and become better as a result of. We can have a passive, reproductive, or active income. What's your choice? Which would you prefer? What are your privileges? It is everyone's privilege in this room to have a passive income through a network marketing engine in Nikken. But perhaps we live below our privileges. We see it on the table, we see others in the dance halls, so to speak, others enjoying the fine food at the dinner tables of these restaurants, but we'll sit in our little cabin and eat our tins of beans instead. Let's not do that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's enjoy every privilege that Nikken has to offer. There's a lot, isn't there? Self-care, healthy by choice, not by chance. Why? So that we can have the freedom of time, the energy, and the capacity to leave a legacy, to make a difference. So over this weekend, I hope that each of us will set some goals, if you haven't done so already, to step up, to achieve more, to strive to become more, to get out of our comfort zones, do a little more, do a little better, and experience a few more of the privileges that Nikken has to offer you. Thank you very much, and I think this ends our evening. So, tomorrow, as we conclude, we're going to be back here at 9 a.m. So I would invite you, we do want to make sure that we start sharp. We have a full agenda for tomorrow, some wonderful speakers coming in, lots of information being shared, some roundtable discussions with some of the top leaders as well, where you can pick brains and ask questions on anything you want. So it's going to be a fantastic morning tomorrow. Please be here a little bit early so we can start on time, 9 o'clock, get here and ready to have a wonderful day. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow.
What's that? Slide that up again.
Which one?
The last one, the bends.
Make sure I get it back. Oh my God! The next time I do it for his head, I'm gonna work my pickle.
Would you mind giving me both Gary's presentation and Ben's just that last slide onto that and jump drive there? That'd be awesome. When you get him in it.